Hey, so I'm making this video because, like I said in earlier videos, mostly make videos whenever something significant occurs. Otherwise, it's kind of quiet. I was kind of active a lot in the beginning, but then it kind of got smooth. Now I've hit a little bit of a hump, so I'm making a video. So let's rewind a little bit. So about a week ago, I went to go play basketball. Um, I noticed there were issues a little bit before this, but I kind of ignored them because I wasn't very active, and it just felt like something was off. But I wasn't in like pain. It's just that it felt like something was off. That's the best way I can describe it. So I went to go play basketball, and this was during winter break when I was back home. I'm back at school now, and I was just shooting some hoops. I wasn't playing like competitive basketball or anything. And I noticed my hips just started, they were, I was feeling it in my hips. And my back was fine. I felt like there was a little bit of tension in my back, but I think that was mostly because of the pain or the mild amount of pain that I was experiencing in my hips. So this lasted for a couple days. It got better. I'm still kind of feeling it right now. Um, Again, I can't explain it any better than that. The fact of the matter is, when I don't consider myself being in remission at the moment, even though I'm taking Humira once every 2 weeks. Um, I don't consider myself being in remission because I don't feel the same way. When I said that there was no issues, I felt like I was 100% or like 98%. There was nothing there. But now I feel a little uncomfortable. No excruciating pain again. I don't want to, just create anything false. I just feel like I just don't feel as freely mobile. And I feel like if I move to one direction or the other, there is a moment, or not even a moment, but like a split second of uncomfortability. I guess that's the best way to kind of explain it. It's not like sharp pain or anything either. It's just this uncomfortability that it just feels like something's off, and it's related to the AS. I know. So I've been taking Humira twice a month, so once every 2 weeks. I've been reading some articles online regarding Humira and other biologics. I actually didn't know this, but there was one particular article I was reading. Uh, so I don't know how much we can really pull away from this, but the article basically said that a significant percentage of patients um, that were on biologics, just Humira or Intercept or Remicade or whatever, they experienced relapse. I don't know if relapse is even the correct term, but they began to experience pain again. The biologics were not doing their job like they were initially. Um, the article I read, I'll try to find it. Maybe I'll try to link in the YouTube video if I can find it again. Um, it said that these rates of decreased remission, so getting back into the disease state or experiencing the symptoms of the disease state, um, were more strongly correlated with Humira, and there was another medication or other biologics. They were basically saying that Intercept or Enbrel and Remicade had lower, if I'm recalling correctly. Um, Take this a little bit with a grain of salt because this is just I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of trying to recite what I remembered. Those two medications again, Enbrel and Remicade, were associated with lower, I guess, relapses of pain. Um, but I also saw that some people actually relapse based on or like they start experiencing symptoms. I don't know if relapse is even the correct term, but they start experiencing symptoms again um, during certain seasons. So certain seasons end up kind of causing a flare of pain or a flare of issues. Again, I wouldn't consider what I'm having extreme pain. I would consider it kind of uncomfortability. Um, yeah. So, and among those articles, since I'm on Humira, I feel like my doctor was saying that Humira is a little more milder than Intercept, Enbrel, But again, I was on Enbrel initially. If you've been following my channel, I had some issues with Enbrel, so I had to switch from Enbrel to Humira. But yeah, he said it was milder, I believe, slightly milder medication, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, and so I've been experiencing some issues. And I was also reading an article that was a guy from Hopkins, was a physician from Johns Hopkins, an incredible source. Uh, so someone had posed a question on whether it was okay for them to increase their Humira dose without significant side effects. And this physician said that, and I'll link that in the YouTube video, said that some patients do benefit from an increased dose of Humira. So, for example, I'm on Humira once every 2 weeks or twice a month. These patients, they may benefit from Humira once a week or 4 times a month. So just basically doubling the amount. This kind of struck me as a little bit odd because you're basically you're being immunosuppressed by taking this medication. It's a biologic, right? And now by taking it once a week rather than once every 2 weeks, you're basically effectively increasing the dose by twice the amount, right? But I don't know how the medication's cleared. I don't know how long its half-life is or whatever, all that pharmacology. So, but it just kind of strikes me as odd. But he said that this is seen. Some patients do this because they receive greater benefit from an increased dose, and there aren't a significant amount of more side effects than there already are with the current dose of Humira that patients are taking. I'm saying Humira a lot. I don't know if he was talking about um, biologics in general. I think it was Humira because they were talking about once every 2 weeks, going to once every week, which sounds about right with Humira because that's once every 2 weeks. So I guess to make a long story short, again, I'm starting to feel a little bit of symptoms. Don't know if this is because I am either kind of, I wouldn't say developing a resistance to the drug, but yeah, I guess developing maybe a resistance to the drug, or I don't know if that's the correct term. It's not working as effectively for me anymore, which I saw some articles supporting that this happens in some patients, or if it's just a seasonal flare. My plans, I'm probably going to contact my rheumatologist. I will see if he thinks it would be wise to increase it to once a week, so double the dose. I have to check with my insurance to see if that's not significantly affected. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Um, I'm going to contact him. But yeah, that's basically what's kind of going through my mind right now. Again, not a significant amount of pain. I just kind of enjoyed when I felt completely normal, basically, because it really made me feel completely normal. I had no issues. Now I'm kind of starting to experience a mild amount. Manageable, definitely manageable. I guess I'm a little spoiled now because in the past I would have died to be, or I would have, that's kind of large, but I would have done anything to be in the state I am now because I'm in basically no pain, just a little bit of uncomfortability. It's just that, again, I'm spoiled because I was completely fine. So yeah, that just basically kind of wraps up what I wanted to say. Kind of a long video. I'm sorry for that, but yeah.